Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the COVID-19 test for part 3. So how they doing the test these days because of the COVID-19. I got a lot of calls from my PDOs or friends and my students and the trainees to ask me, Sharam, can you put some video on that? So COVID-19 test, guys, now is reduced to 45 minutes. So you don't have long time. Okay. Now, so you need to really practice on that very well, okay, and you need to understand what you need to do in the test day. Okay, now first of all, examiner will normally call you about a week before, or sometimes a few days before, or sometimes it happen actually day before. Okay, they will ask you some question like, okay, who you got with you, or basically also they will ask that, okay, what's your plan sometime, and they also arrange the meeting point, because you're not allowed to go to test room. Test rooms are closed, waiting rooms, so you're gonna meet examiner outside. Okay, so make sure answer that calls, guys, because very important. Okay, keep eye on it. If you got some no number calling to you, or like sort of those withheld number come up, please do answer them, because they usually, if they are just a few days before your test or week before, it could be examiner. Sometimes happens, some examiners of course leave the message, leave the voicemail, and they leave the telephone number so you can get back to them. Okay, sometimes don't. Now some people ask me that, okay, some of my training asked me that, okay, what happened if nobody called me? Okay, now if nobody called you, like nearly day out, couple of days left to your test, okay, you can contact the test center. Hopefully somebody pick up the phone, okay, because they should have someone in the office there. So get the test center telephone number and ask them, I call them and ask that, okay, you got test coming up and you haven't heard anything from examiner and what you need to do. Okay, so they will chase that up for you. Okay, but they very rarely happen. Okay, back to COVID-19 test again. Now, first of all, what learner you need to have that day, what pupil you need to choose for your test. Okay, number one, do not take beginners. You're not allowed to take beginners, because beginners now need to be more stationary in the car, more talking in the car. So you want to take someone either party trained or full license holder or full license experience. So do not take beginners. Do not do parking maneuvers, reverse parking maneuvers. Okay, so do not take the beginners, and do not do the reverse maneuvers exercise. Okay, so put a circle around this, two things. Okay, now on a test day, because it's 45 minutes each, now a lot of my training ask me, okay, Sharam, what should I do with goal, need, recap, and also the QA at the beginning of the test? Okay, so I don't really have time enough to do that. And how do I do that in a couple of minutes? Okay, what you need to do basically before the test, you're probably going to pick up your student like about an hour before, or half an hour before, or hour before. It's better to at least take them a bit earlier. Okay, just 15-20 minutes. Okay, the subject that you want to work on with your learner that day, and practice that. Okay, practice that with your student, just around get to know the roots around test center, get to know what you want to say, see what's happening here. Okay, right? So when you practice that, because with your learners, you get better also idea that what your learners are maybe do that day as well, of course. So you can have a better starting point when you meet the examiner. Now, so when you done these things, so because you already done the briefing, you already have some chat about these things, okay, with your learner before the test. Okay, now when it comes to the test, examiner will chat with you outside the car just a couple of minutes. Okay, they want to see, okay, what's your plan, how you doing, and what you want to do. Okay, then so he will tell you, like, examiner, of course, we just been driving around the test center, and then it was planning to do this subject. Okay, now she or he have this issue, so I want to work on this issue. Okay, so now examiner know the plan. Okay, so when the examiner come and sit in the car, okay, of course you introduce that to your learner. Okay, and make sure they say that this is my test, this is for my exam, so it's nothing to do with you, so examiner will watch me. Okay, this is also by saying that you ease off that pressure a little bit from your student and your learner. Okay, Now, So you don't want to stay too long in the car, because examiner will really want you to keep moving. Really try to time yourself, guys, maximum 2.5 3 minutes. Don't go to 5 or 6 7 minutes, because if you do, examiner will remind you again politely, say, can you please make the car keep moving, start moving. Okay, yeah. So try to keep it like 2 or 3 minutes. So a starting point is basically you already done that with your learners. Okay, you already done that. Okay, so now you're stopping the, like, sort of you're doing feedback during the session technically. Okay, so you're starting again rest of the training from where you stopped before the test. Okay, so chat with your learners. Okay, what we done, what's happened there, and sort of some analyze or some QA, quick QA on that. Okay, and ask level of help and so on. You can quick chat about, okay, risk and responsibility to be shared as well, so the pedals and control. Okay, so start moving out. And start let the car keep moving. So about 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes maximum, really. Chat what we've done, consequences and stuff. Okay, so a lot of things that you can do on the move as well. Of course, you can talk about like risk and sort of what are the risks, and you encourage your learners about those risk could be involved. Okay, and so on. Okay, yeah. Now the feedback on those things you can do also on the driving. Okay, so you don't have to really stop the car and keep talking. Okay, so you can just do on the move. Okay, even at the end of the test, when you're coming back to the test, just like a few minutes left, you can just keep 1 or 2 minutes for the last minute. Okay, yeah. So just go a little bit through the feedback again at the end of the session, or also you can do on the move before you move into the test center. Okay, so so you don't spend too much on the stopping and chatting. Of course, you're allowed to stop your learners. Actually, you need to stop. You can stop one time and chat about things, but just keep that again at maximum 2, maximum 3 minutes. Okay, because as the examiner also want to make sure that your car keep moving. Okay, and I hope that this information will help you for the part 3 test. Okay, yeah. Now what you need to do, keep practicing that with your students, so you get confidence. Okay, so you got confidence, you know what you're doing that day. Now I hope this video was useful, guys. Okay, now see you soon, guys, for the next clip. Bye now.